If I only had a brain. Keep your snide comments to yourselves. I'm not going to be using the rest of that song because I don't want to get sued. And if you don't know what I was singing, then you had a sad childhood and I feel sad for you. But the subject of that song is the subject of my next picture, Scarecrows. This low-budget horror film revolves around a group of criminals who hijack an aircraft piloted by a father and daughter who try to fly to Mexico after a big $1 million heist. One of the criminals betrays his friends and bails out into a field of corn with an old farmhouse. The criminals land the aircraft and follow him in there. Scarecrows, if it had been made today, would no doubt carry on the marquee from the producers of Paranormal Activity, Sinister, and Insidious. It's a slightly weird storyline, but you know what? It's surprisingly effective. I was absolutely shocked by how creeped out I was, and in the few jump scares that I actually jumped. Scarecrows is a very classy act from start to finish, using predominantly shadows and sound design to deliver its creeps and scares. The gore itself is very tastefully done. There's little of it, and when it's used very effectively. I really have to say, Scarecrows is one of the big surprise blind buys I've ever had. And for this reason, it does remain one of my favorite movies, because it did come as a bit of a shock and incredibly effective how this really bizarre storyline, really whacked out storyline is used. Now, you may look at the previous films I reviewed so far and how I've gone, yeah, this film's really crazy and you need to embrace the crazy, but those films are really trying to be a little silly. Oh, some of those pictures are trying to be a little silly, like Carnosaur, but Scarecrows plays the idea to the hilt and plays it straight. And you know what? It's one of these few movies that's able to take a pretty crazy premise and is able to play it straight and make it work. I highly recommend Scarecrows if you're able to find it. The DVD by MGM might still be in print, and for a time the film was available on Netflix Instant. If you really want to have a nice creepy night, especially since we're still in the fall, I would recommend hunting down Scarecrows and watching it. The Scarecrows are physical, they're not manifestations of dead spirits such as in Insidious or Sinister, but even if you prefer your ghost films, Scarecrows will make a nice part of a triple feature with those kind of movies. I absolutely love this picture and is a genuine horror film I can highly, highly recommend. So, I hope you seek it out and have a good day.